All right, just basically wanted to make a video. If you're like me, I kind of got tired of buying guitar pedals. I'm on a budget, can't really afford to spend, 100, $200 on a cheap pedal, even. And then you get it, it doesn't sound the way you want it to sound, then you have to return it and go through all that hassle. So, I don't know. You guys have probably stumbled into the iPad guitar setup, kind of to run gigs. I don't know if you play worship at church. That's what I do. But, something cost effective to where you can get some really good sounds. And basically, I couldn't find any videos showing how to create sounds. Like I got a lot of videos I see on YouTube of just kind of how to use the software, but nothing like, hey, where do I put pedals inside of the interface in order to get a good sound? Because I'll be honest, whenever I first got Bias FX2, I was like just trying everything, but everything I made sounded like it was either in a box or sounded like really metally. Just, it didn't sound, I just couldn't quite get the sound I want until I just kept playing around and playing around. And I finally kind of figured it out. So this video is basically just for anyone that's trying to figure that out, how to make some sounds. So basically what I did is just recorded on my iPad so you can see what the interface looks like on the iPad. And I'm going to take you through a few, custom ones I have that I use currently. And if you need help later, I can make a different video on how to set up the MIDI controls so you can have a foot switch. You just keep your iPad on stage and then your foot switch right next to it. It's super simple. It's really not complicated. It's really cheap too. I think I spent like, $100 in all the expansions for Bias FX2, and you can get some really cool sounds out of it. So just basically want to start off showing you some of those different sounds, and then we'll go into creating a sound from scratch. So let me bring up the video I recorded. 1 second. And this is my first video how-to on YouTube, so bear with me. All right, so this is the interface. You can see I've got 4 different settings on here. Just kind of showing my clean setting first. You can save scenes. So you can see there I used my little Bluetooth mouse, selected what I named Verby scene. Just add a little bit of reverb. If you got a volume pedal, you can do some swells with that. It's good for those kind of softer moments when, somebody's praying. Or you just, really feeling the Holy Spirit move. Sounds pretty nice. And then you can also have your tuner right here on one of your MIDI switches, which is super handy. So you don't have to plug in an extra pedal to the side for a tuner even. It's right there for you. Going to take you over here to a little bit of edge breakup. That's just kind of when you're getting into those a little bit more into it, a little more energetic. Sometimes the edge of breakup just has that beautiful quality to it too. You get a little bit of that distortion going. There's a full-on distortion mode. Playing all this on a Sterling guitar, so you kind of have to go in and test different settings. Just kind of depends on your pickups. This is the guitar I'm playing on right here. It's a Sterling Music Man. It's got 2 single coil humbuckers, It's a little bit kind of a darker tone. And if you guys didn't know, you can actually go up here and find some different tones in this cloud setting. If you didn't already know that, you can search for stuff. This is a solo setting I made. As you can see, I'm not super great at solos. Do a lot of rhythm. That's a newer distortion setting I have. I like the way that sounds. It's kind of what made me want to make this video, because it's hard to get a distortion setting to sound good. After I preview these, I'll walk you guys through how to make it. I'm just kind of demoing in this part. So if you don't want to watch the rest of the demo, you can just fast forward a little bit. I think it goes on for another minute or so. Little cello action sounding really good for some of those moments where you don't want to get too loud and just kind of bring in some different emotion. Alright, I think I'm just about to get into showing you guys how to create a sound. So basically, yeah, an easy way to do this, you can go into the factory banks up there, click on one that you kind of like. I usually go for a blues setting and just kind of deconstruct that one and make it my own. So once you find one that sounds decent to begin with, that's usually a good one to start with. Just kind of depends on your guitar. Every guitar sounds a little different. You see how that sounds kind of flat? But it's something you can work with. You just got to make some changes. So basically, what you'll do is delete everything. The mixer you can't delete because it's whenever you have a dual routing, it's basically saying if you're running stereo or mono. So if you switch it to single, it'll get rid of that. And then I think I'm going to take it down to just the amp here so you can see what it looks like to start off with. A lot of the stuff you might end up putting right back on, to be honest. But you want to make sure your amp sounds good first. So you try some different amps out. I like the way that Silvertone sounds. It's pretty nice. I like this amp too. It sounds a lot more full. That's a good amp to use if you're going for clean tones. That 69 Duo Reverb 2, version 2. I use that one on some of my clean tones. This 66 AC boost is good for that edgy breakup, kind of distorted noise. And something I've found is if you actually add your drive or distortion before your boost, it sounds way better. So instead of boosting into your drive or distortion, put your distortion pedal first in your chain and then your boost after. Just gonna have to dial this stuff in. If you use a Bluetooth mouse, it makes it a lot easier. On your iPad, sometimes your finger can kind of fat finger it. Showing you here your knob gesture. You can make it linear, so you don't have to rotate around. You can just go up and down, just straight up and down to increase or decrease, essentially. And a lot of these settings are going to be kind of based on your guitar. So like a Fender, like Strat or something, you're going to have a lot more treble, like less bass. It's going to be a lot more chimey sounding. Just kind of play around with the gain and the volume. I found that if you increase volume and don't use as much gain, it does sound a little better. I think I'm about to add a boost in here, so you can hear that boost is actually going to kind of tighten up the low end whenever you put it after the distortion. See, turn that volume up and then just kind of work that gain a little bit, but try to keep your volume higher and your gain lower, and it sounds better. And then treble, bass, it's just going to depend on your guitar, really. And then if you want to add a compressor, this is good for kind of bringing some of those more quiet notes, bringing them up, so everything's kind of on the same level. You don't have some super really loud notes and then some super quiet ones. Everything's just kind of even. That's why I like the compressors. But you might have to play around with those distortion pedals too, because depending on your guitar, some sound better on certain guitars. I've got 2 electrics and I use different distortion pedals on each one. And you can hear that fuzz kind of noise in the background. If you ever want to get rid of that, put a gate in front of everything. That's gonna kill a lot of that extra noise. And don't forget to check your gain on your amp. Sometimes that can throw you off. Now this is something you can do. So this AC Boost amp, it kind of has, it's missing some of that low end. So if you throw in this, the 69 Duo Verb or a different amp, either one of those will work, but you want to throw in an amp that'll complement that one. So you have one that hits a bunch of mids. You want another amp that has a bunch of lows, just to kind of get your full spectrum. You just gotta kind of play around with it. Everybody's ears are different, so you might find something that you like sounds better. I play a lot in church, so try not to have too much distortion so it doesn't sound like a metal concert. Another thing you can do is actually switch the cabinets. So where it says British 30, I'll point with my clicker here. So you see my pink clicker, British 30, Black Duo. You can actually click those and change the speakers too, and keep looking for that sound you want. The main purpose of this video is basically just trying to dial in a good distortion tone that doesn't sound too clangy, metallic-y, overly fuzzy. It's kind of hard to do. Alright, so starting to sound good. And if you're worried about this only being good for stereo, if you look at that mixer, I think I'm pointing at it, yeah. So if both of those are panned to 0 on the mixer, that means everything is going to go back mono. You see how the line is green to the right? Let me point over this right here. This green line means you've got everything coming back together into a mono line versus having a stereo, which would be 2 different color lines coming out instead of one green. I found this is kind of a cheat code, this reverb I just added on here. So if you added in this specific reverb, it gives you stereo sounding reverb even though it's mono, which is really cool. So it makes your guitar sound a lot more full. You just got to kind of dial it in. It's another one of those things. You don't want too much reverb, especially with distortion. It can start sounding kind of muffled. Everything starts blending together. So I usually put a plate on and then just try to keep the decay kind of low. And I'm going to use my pink pointer. You can see over here, there's the width right here. You can adjust how wide it sounds, so it gives it that more full stereo sound. But that's basically it. That's how you dial in your sounds. And I think what I'm about to do, show you. Yeah, so this could technically be used as like an edge of breakup sound. You could dial it in a little bit more. It's that compressor you gotta play with sometimes. It'll make it sound kind of wavy if you don't have it set just right. There's that edge of breakup sound. And then if you have a MIDI switch, you'd hit that and get your distorted sound. You want to hammer down a solo or whatever you got. Of course, if you guys have any questions, feel free to hit me up and do my best to get back to you as quick as possible. So I know this stuff can kind of be overwhelming. All right, and then I'm basically going to walk you through my distortion settings. So this is the one I like the most, the one I use. you can see the amps I use there, the speakers I use, and then basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to click each pedal so you can see exactly where the settings are. So if you want to pause the video, you can try it yourself and see if you can get it to sound the same. And that's a bigger distortion pedal basically for that solo whenever I kick that on. If you play something kind of like a Gibson or something with humbuckers or P90s, this might be some good settings for you to check out. You can also adjust the microphone on those and get different sounds, so you can move that microphone in different parts of the speaker. Then you can see I've got it going back into a mono, so it goes from stereo back to mono and blends everything together. If I was playing stereo, I'd split those pans. I just use a little bit of delay just to give it some more sound. Then I'm using the plate short on this one. Looks like I've got everything pretty much 12 o'clock. You can see the low and high frequencies I have dialed in a little bit just to get rid of some of that noise. And then I was going to demo so you could hear on top of a song, just to kind of get an idea of what it sounds like. Sorry if that's loud.
My worthy, I want it all in you like you deserve it. I want to worship you for your worthy.
I think I clicked too many buttons. Having to restart this.
I give my life all for your glory. My worthy King, my worthy, I want it all in you like you deserve it. I want to worship you for your worthy. And now I give my life all for your glory. My worthy King, I want it all in you like you deserve it. I want to worship you for your worthy. And now I give my life all for your glory. My worthy King, my worthy, I want it all in you like you deserve it. I want to worship you for your worthy. And now I give my life all for your glory. My worthy King, so here is all my own. Love you of my soul.
Maybe switch.
I saved it all. Yes, I saved it all. Oh, day by day I pray. This mercy offering. I saved it all for you. I saved it all for you. I saved it all. Yes, I saved it all. So here is all my Lord, lover of my soul. I saved it all. Saved it all for you.
Super easy solo, but still sounds
Saved it
good.
all for you.
Praise Jesus. Yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Just wanted to walk you guys through that. Hopefully that helps somebody. I know it was a lot for me when I first started to try to figure all this stuff out, and it's taken me about, I've still got a lot to learn, but I've probably spent close to 2 months trying to get this thing all dialed in. But yeah, if you have any questions, just feel free to hit me up, and I'll be happy to help whatever way I can. Thanks, guys, for watching.